Hello, everyone, and welcome to this nice space that we have today. I am so excited to share all this information with you guys. We have a very important webinar today to share a lot of information with you. I'm very happy because we have two persons that have a lot to share, a lot of benefits. So, we are going to welcome here Brianna Ross and Madison Loveland from Trine University. I know some of you already know them because you were in the fair and they shared a lot of information with you guys. But today we are going to learn for real. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Madison. How are you, girls?
Hi, we're doing
Hi.
great. How are you?
I'm very nice. I'm very excited to share great information with all the Latin American students that want to go to study in USA. Okay, girls. So first, I want to know you a little bit more. I want the people that is connecting here to know you a little bit more. So I don't know who wants to start, if Brianna of Madison, to share a little bit of your background.
Hi, my name is Madison Loveland. I'm a DSO at Trine University. I'm excited to talk about a topic that's important for our international student community and their careers, which is OPT and optional practical training. In my role as a DSO, I've had the privilege of guiding our international students through maintaining their status while they're on an F1 visa. This involves ensuring that each student can fully engage with their educational experience at Trine while also navigating the immigration regulations, policies, and procedures. And beyond this, I also work closely with students who are exploring OPT. And for those unfamiliar, OPT provides a valuable bridge between the academic studies and their practical work experience, which allows them to apply their knowledge and skills they've learned at Trine in a real world setting in the US. And OPT represents more than just a professional opportunity, it's a pathway to realizing their dreams and their aspirations. And for many of our international students, securing practical work experience is not only a chance to apply their knowledge, but also a stepping stone towards achieving their career goals. And so that's what we'll be discussing in this presentation today. And now I will let Brianna introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brianna Russ, and I'm delighted to be here with you all today. As an international service advisor at Trine University, I work closely with our international students on F1 visas, guiding them through various processes and ensuring they maintain their visa status. A significant part of my role involves assisting the students with their OPT applications. So together with Madison, I help our students navigate the complexities of OPT from understanding eligibility to submitting their applications. We aim to make this transition from student to professional as smooth and as rewarding as possible. I'm excited to share more about OPT today and answer any questions you may have. Thank you all for joining us.
Very nice. So now everyone is 100% sure that we have two experts that really love what they do. So we are so ready to get all the information that you guys have for us. Before we start, I want to say to everyone that is here, if you have any questions or any doubts, you can put it in the chat and we will solve them at the end of the presentation. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for sharing this space with Trine University and with the Spiegel Tech. Okay, so time to get into it.
Okay, so before we delve further into the details of OPT, I wanted to provide a little bit of information about Trine University. So this is Trine University. It's located in Angola, Indiana. Our school is accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. We're committed to empowering our students to succeed not only academically, but also professionally. Through a combination of rigorous coursework and experiential learning opportunities, we equip our students with the skills, knowledge, and confidence they need to thrive in today's competitive job market. In this slide, you can see where we are located, and on the red star, it's a small town called Angola in Indiana. It's close to Michigan, and it's far up north by Canada. So they have all four seasons there. It gets cold in the wintertime, and there's lots of outdoor activities that you can do. You would be close to many major cities such as Chicago, Detroit, Columbus, Cleveland, and Indianapolis. It is a small town, so it allows the students to focus on their academics. And since the community is small, it's very safe and the people are very friendly. The professors will also know you by your name and get to know you pretty well. Our student to faculty ratio is 18:1, so you would receive individualized attention and support from our faculty members. Our international undergraduate population is around 40 students, while our graduate population for international students is around 9,000. While our undergraduate population is still small, you'd be very well taken care of, and our staff would really get to know you and help you with anything that you might need. If you are planning to come to Trine as a graduate student, your classes would be at one of our 3 education centers. These are located in Phoenix, Arizona, Detroit, Michigan, and Reston, Virginia. Having these 3 locations allows us to offer our educational programs to a diverse array of students, no matter where they live. And this is the Trine Angola campus. Trine has spent $176 million since 2000 to provide students with a state-of-the-art academic, athletic, and residential facilities. For our undergraduate students, they are required to live on campus until they're 21 years old. So this makes it easy to meet people and interact with other international students as well as American students. The dorms are brand new and only 1 to 2 years old, and they also have a guest hall for parents and families that want to come visit. We have over 30 different majors to choose from. These are our undergraduate programs. So we have the Allen School of Engineering and Technology, the Frank School of Education, which are our teaching programs, the School of Arts and Sciences. So this includes majors such as communications, criminal justice, and English. We have the Kettner School of Business, which includes business administration and accounting majors. And then we have the Rinker Ross School of Health Sciences. For our graduate programs, we have business administration, business analytics, engineering management, and information studies. At Trine, we also have over 60 clubs and organizations, so there are many ways that you could get involved and meet people. And we also have over 600 athletes in 24 varsity sports. These are some of the companies that our students are often employed by. And what really sets our school apart is our commitment to student success. Over the past decade, more than 99% of our graduates have found employment or continued their education within 6 months of graduation. And now that you know a little bit more about Trine, we'll begin exploring the ins and outs of OPT, including the eligibility requirements, application process, and the opportunities it presents. And Brianna will now start the OPT presentation.
Have you ever thought about working in the United States and gaining valuable experience? If your answer is yes, there is a way. We have a great opportunity here at Trine University. That opportunity is called Optional Practical Training, or OPT for short. OPT allows eligible students to gain work experience in the United States related to their field of study. There are 2 ways to work in the US as a student. You can work with OPT, the Optional Practical Training, and STEM Extension, STEM OPT. Optional Practical Training is an opportunity for F1 students to work on a student visa for 1 year. OPT offers temporary employment authorization to international students in the United States, allowing eligible students and recent graduates to gain valuable work experience within their field of study. Any F1 student who has maintained valid F1 student and completed 1 academic year is eligible. They must also have less than 12 months of full-time CPT. Finally, they must not have used OPT at the same degree level previously. The OPT job must be related to the student's major area of study. The job can be either paid or unpaid, and students can work up to 12 months on initial OPT. So there are two different types of OPT. There's the pre-completion OPT, which must be used before the student's program end date or the graduation date, and that may be either part-time or full-time. Then there's post-completion OPT, which must be used after the student's program end date or their graduation date, and must be more than 20 hours per week or full-time status. There are rules students on F1 visas must follow while on OPT. First, students can apply for up to 12 months of OPT per each degree level. So OPT can only be used once, even if you have multiple degrees at that level. So once for a bachelor's, once for a master's, etc. Students must also have full-time status as a student for at least one academic year by the time they requested their OPT to start. They must also be maintaining valid F1 status at the time of application. Finally, students may not begin working until their EAD card is received with their approved start date. There are 3 government departments used when applying for OPT. Since the names of the departments tend to be long, acronyms are often used when referring to them. The first one, which will be the one that is often used by the student, is CVIP. That is the Student and Exchange Visitor Program portal. This portal is only for students who have already been approved for OPT. Next is USCIS. That's the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. This will be used for applying for OPT and to check your application status, among other various things. Lastly is SEVIS. That's the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System. This will be used mainly by staff at the university. So students can apply for OPT up to 90 days before and up to 60 days after their expected program completion date. Now we will go through some of the application instructions. So the first step is going to be to submit an OPT request to the Office of International Services, the OIS team. After the OIS team reviews your application, they will then either approve it or deny it. Once approved, the OIS team will recommend students for OPT and SEVIS, which will generate the OPT I-20 that you will need to apply for OPT. So there's a list of documents you will need to have prepared before you can complete your application. You'll need an I-20 with an OPT recommendation, and this OPT I-20 must have been issued within the last 30 days when you start to apply. You'll need 2 digital 2x2 color passport photos. This should also be taken in the last 30 days. You'll need a copy of your passport, your most recent Form I-94, and any I-20s with CPT or OPT information. You'll also need a credit card or a debit card to pay the $410 filing fee. Now you'll need to file Form I-765, and you'll upload all supporting documentation with USCIS. You can apply online or by mail. However, the application is easier and processing times are faster if applying online. To start, you will need to create a USCIS account so that you can fill out the form I-765 online. Once you create an account, you'll be taken to this screen. You'll want to click the link in the top in the middle row to file a form online. You will be given a drop-down menu with many forms to apply for. You will need to select the form I-765, the application for employment authorization. After selecting the form I-765, you will be taken to the next screen where you will need to select your eligibility category. For initial post-completion OPT, be sure to select form C3B. When filling out any form online, note that each answer prompts the next question. You will just simply need to answer all the questions and upload all your supporting documentation. Once the application is complete, the final step will take you to pay.gov for students to pay the filing fee with a credit or debit card. Once you've paid, the application is submitted and you are in queue for processing. You, as the applicant, will receive an immediate case number with a link to check the status. The traditional USCIS processing time has been about 90 days or more, so you'll want to submit your application as early as you can. If you wish to check the status of your case, you can do so through the USCIS website. And if your case has been pending for more than 5 months, you can submit the case inquiry, which is also at the USCIS website. After you submit your application, you can use the USCIS website to do the following things. You can track your case online. So after you submit your form, you can track its status through your USCIS account. You can sign into your account often to check your case status and to read any important messages from USCIS. You can also respond to requests for information. So if USCIS needs more information from you, they will send you a request for evidence, otherwise known as an RFE. You can respond to the request and upload any documentation they require through your USCIS account. And then finally, you can receive your decision. USCIS will notify you of your decision in writing by mail and also through your USCIS portal. If you go through the portal, you'll often be able to see your application status faster. If your application is approved, they will then mail your EAD card to you, and then you can begin working.
Now we will talk about STEM OPT. STEM is an acronym that stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM OPT is the STEM OPT extension, which offers an exciting opportunity for students who have graduated from a STEM program. Eligible students can apply for a 24-month extension beyond the initial 12-month OPT period. After completing 9 months of OPT, students can apply for this extension. This extension grants them additional 2 years of OPT, bringing their total OPT period to 3 years. This extension is an advantage as it allows students more time to gain valuable work experience in their field of study, enhancing their skills and increasing their opportunities within the job market. This is a significant benefit for those pursuing careers in STEM fields. For the STEM extension, the job must relate to the student's major area of study. They will get 24 months of extended OPT and must graduate from a STEM degree to apply for STEM. They also must apply before their initial OPT expires. There are requirements for the types of degrees that you can use. Firstly, the student must hold a bachelor's degree or higher in an eligible STEM field. This ensures that they have the necessary educational background to qualify for the extension. Secondly, the degree must be from a school that is CVIP certified and accredited by a U.S. Department of Education recognized agency. This ensures that the educational institution meets the necessary standards for providing quality education. Additionally, the student's degree program must fall under an eligible CIP code listed on the DHS STEM designated degree program list. This list specifies the STEM fields that are eligible for extension, ensuring that the student's degree aligns with the program requirements. It's also important to note that STEM extensions are given once per degree level. This means the students can only apply for the extension once per each level of education they complete, whether it's a bachelor's degree, a master's, or a PhD. Now we will discuss the steps for how to apply for STEM extension. Students can begin applying for the STEM extension 90 days before their initial OPT expires. They cannot apply once the end date on their EAD card has passed. This application process is very similar to the initial OPT application. The main difference is that to apply with the school, you will need the form I-983. The I-983 is a formal training plan for STEM OPT students, which must clearly articulate the STEM OPT students' learning objectives and affirm that the employer has a commitment to helping the students achieve those objectives. Students and their employers must complete and sign the Form I-983 and submit it to the student's DSO. The student will submit the I-983 form in the application with their school as the first step of this process. Once the application is submitted to the school, the DSO will process, and the application will either be approved or denied. If it is approved, the DSO will enter the STEM recommended dates and send you the I-20, and this is an example of what an I-20 looks like. After receiving the I-20, the student must submit the I-765 form with USCIS within 30 days. The student will need to make sure to sign the I-20 and to date it. If the student does not submit this within 30 days, they would need to request a new I-20 from the DSO. The required documents are similar to the initial OPT application. So when you apply, you would need to know the EIN number of your employer. You will also need Trine University's statement of accreditation status from the Higher Learning Commission, and this would be sent to you when your STEM I-20 was approved. You will also need to show proof of your STEM degree. You will need the Form I-20 with the STEM recommendation, any previous EAD cards. You will need to pay for the application fee again, which is $410. And you will need to submit any previous I-20s you have. So it's very important that you keep track of the I-20s and save them in a safe space. You will also need 2 passport photos in the I-94 record. The last step is to monitor for the case decision and submit any additional documentation if it is needed. After the student receives approval, they have the responsibility to report any changes to the DSO within 10 days. These include any changes in your legal name, residential or mailing address, email address, employer name, or employer address. Even if there are no changes, the student must submit the STEM report validating this information and submit the I-983 form every 6 months. Now that we have covered OPT and STEM OPT, I would like to discuss more of the benefits that OPT and STEM OPT have on the student. OPT is a program in the US that benefits international students studying there in several ways. The first is professional experience. OPT allows students to gain practical experience in their field of study, providing an opportunity to apply knowledge gained in the classroom to real-world situations. This experience is invaluable for enhancing their resume and making them more competitive in the job market. The second is career opportunities. OPT extends the duration of stay for students in the US, giving them more time to search for and secure employment after completing their studies. This can lead to better career opportunities, including potential sponsorship for long-term work visas or even permanent residency. The next is cultural exposure. By working in the US, students can immerse themselves in American culture, improve their English language skills, and gain a deeper understanding of US business practices and societal norms. This exposure can be enriching both personally and professionally. The next is finances. OPT provides an opportunity to earn a competitive salary in the US job market. And lastly, networking. Through OPT, students have the chance to network with professionals in their field, potentially leading to job offers or valuable connections for future career opportunities. Overall, OPT serves as a bridge between academic study and professional employment, facilitating the transition for international students into the US workforce and contributing to their personal and professional growth. These are some resources that we've included. The first one is our Trine OPT website, and this includes a lot of information about how Trine processes OPT applications and how we do things for OPT. And then the next one is the Study in the States link, and that has a lot of helpful information about OPT as well. And this concludes our presentation, and thank you so much for joining.
Wow, girls, this was a lot of information. It's pretty cool that USA offers these kind of programs for the students that go to USA and make their careers in there. I know going to USA, as I was telling you before we start, is a dream that a lot of people have here in Latam. And it's very nice that you can share the information with us so the people can achieve those dreams and make it a reality. I have just some questions from the users. The first one is if the people can do pre-competition OPT and post-competition OPT, or they need to choose just one of those kind of programs that you offer.
So at Trine, our students usually don't do pre-completion OPT. They usually do CPT instead, and they usually do OPT after they graduate.
Can you explain a little bit more about CPT so we can share more details
Yes,
of
so
that program?
CPT is the work authorization that students can apply for while they're still a student. And they can work full time, but to be eligible for OPT, they can only work for 1 year on CPT. And then they could still be eligible as long as they don't go over that 1 year.
And to just expand a little upon what Madison said, so they can only work for 1 year on CPT full time, but they can work part time as much as they want, and that doesn't, they won't lose any of their OPT eligibility working part time.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, I have another question here. This one is have like a bigger focus on the careers, and it's try and have any scholarships for international students.
We do. Most of our international students do get the international scholarship. I don't know the exact amount of how much that is for Brazil and Colombia. I think it's different for each country, but that's definitely something that I think is on our website. Brianna, do you know anything more?
No, I don't have any more details.
No worries. We can share the link of the website in a minute on the chat so the people can go and check and look for more information. And if not, you can always go to one of our student advisors that is going to provide you all the information so you can achieve this goal very soon. Also, I have one question about like, do you have any services that can help the students to define which is the best opportunity in OPT for them, like which company, or so they can accept a good deal?
We do have a career center, so students are always welcome to go there and ask questions and get guidance for the kind of job that they should get based on their major. The job that they get should relate to their major. And when we process the applications, we also look and make sure that the job is going to work for them. And there's lots of resources at the university. The academic advisor can help, and the DSO can help if you need additional help with job searching.
Perfect. Thank you for the link, Brianna. I will share with the students in 1 second on the chat. Um, Also, let me see here on the chat what else. Well, I have another one. What is the most common misconception about the OPT program, or what are like the most frequently asked questions or mistakes that you guys can see in the process of other students?
I think one misconception is that once the student applies with USCIS, everything goes through USCIS. So we can't contact USCIS on behalf of the student. Anything after they submit it, it needs to be communicated from the student to USCIS. And another misconception sometimes is that the student has to apply through the school first, through us, before they apply with USCIS.
Perfect. Let me see if I have any other question in here. Um, well, what are the most common requirements for a scholarship to want a scholarship with Trine?
So the only requirement is that you need to take the English language test, and then you're eligible. As long as you pass that and you're accepted into the school, then you can apply for any of the scholarships.
Yep.
Very nice. So
And
you need to go for it, guys.
yeah, and so a lot of our scholarships are going to be merit based, like academic merit based. So you just need to keep good grades, and as long as you maintain that, you'll qualify for the scholarships.
Okay, we have here more question. What are the primary post-study work visas available to international students in USA?
So we only work with the students who are on F1 visas. And so they're just on a student visa that we help extend them with the work authorization through OPT. But and the students are able to work with like immigration lawyers, which is what we normally recommend, because there are other work authorization visas like the H-1B that students are eligible to apply for.
And the H-1B visa is the one that a lot of students try to get after they do OPT, because it allows you to stay in the US after you finish your program, and it can lead to permanent residency. And it's something that your employer would have to apply for you.
Okay, that's a very important detail. Thank you. Well, we have another one. How can technology graduates maximize their chance of securing a STEAM OPT extension?
So as long as you maintain your valid F1 status, you're essentially, and you have been approved for OPT, and you apply for STEM OPT within your timeline. So that's 90 days before your initial OPT period ends. You're pretty much guaranteed the STEM extension, so you can work for another 24 months in the US.
Perfect. And I would like to, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to add that it's also important to make sure that all of your employment information is updated before you apply for the STEM extension, and that you've reported any employment and that it's all accurate.
I would like to ask you both, as active employees in the USA, like what are the tips you will give to these students that are wanting to go and work in the USA?
So I would say just really, if especially once you join the university, really discussing with your academic advisor what your career goals are and what you hope to gain from this. And your academic advisor is going to be able to really guide you towards the specific classes that you need to take, or maybe switch your major to something else that they think would fit your career goals better. That in combination with our career center is really going to increase your chances of landing a good job that you'd like.
We're still getting some questions in here. People's very excited asking. So let me see. I don't know if you have the answer for this one, but what are the current trends in USA in tech jobs, or like on that market? Do you maybe know a little bit about it?
So I don't have too much information. All I know is as we're reviewing the applications for students, kind of what I'm typically seeing and what the jobs that students are currently getting. And a lot of our students are working at like either Amazon or Walmart, and they're working as like software engineers, and just some sort of like technical engineer seems to be the most prevalent job that I see. I don't know if Madison can add to that.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot of engineering positions we see and jobs related to IT, like software engineering, information science, things like that.
Well, I have one that is a little bit more specific. It's from Joao, and he's asking of us if he can get an F1 visa status already being in the USA with another temporary visa status.
Yeah, so you are able to change your visa status to F1, but so we don't specifically help a lot with that. That is something that you would have to discuss with an immigration lawyer to make sure, because it can be pretty complicated. So you would need to discuss that with an immigration lawyer to make sure you're filing everything correctly.
Okay, perfect. So, girls, I am really grateful with you to share all this information, to answer the question of the audience that's here, sharing this space with us. I hope that everyone's get to know a little bit more about Trine University. It's a very nice university in the US. So if you have a chance to go and you wish to go to US, this is a perfect spot for you. And I don't know if you want to add anything else about trying to close this space that we are having today.
Well, I just want to thank you all for joining us, and I hope we've given you guys some valuable information on OPT and helped clarify some of the questions. I know that OPT can be a little confusing in the work authorization, so hopefully we help simplify things a little bit for you today.
Yes, and I agree with Brianna. Thank you so much for allowing us to do this presentation. And if anyone has any further questions about Trine, you're welcome to contact us or contact the school.
For sure. I already shared with the students the link so they can go and check a little bit more about the scholarships, the programs, and they also can send a message to us so we can solve any doubts and make like this dream a reality as soon as possible so you can study your tech career in the US. Thank you so much, girls, again for sharing all the information with us, and thank you for to Trine University to have you both here with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for seeing our webinar. Bye bye.